Hi, and welcome to this overview video detailing the AQUOS BOARD PN-LC series of smart interactive displays. In this video, we're going to go over all the applications, settings, and features available to you while using these displays. So let's dive in. This is the home screen found on the application input, and it's the default screen when you turn on the device after the initial startup, where you'll select the language, time zone, date and time, and power save mode setting. If you're on another input mode, you can return here switching through the inputs on the remote or on the button found on the board itself. Or return faster by pressing the home button. If you're on the other side of the board, however, you can go to the home screen from the compass or sidebar. From here, you can launch into basically everything the board can do, so let's get familiar with what's available. The central area here is the Apps section, where you can quickly launch apps installed on the board. The board features a whiteboard app, a web browser, and a file manager. There's also the EShare app, which supports multifaceted wireless casting. Select all apps to display the full list of applications installed on the board. The other apps include a timer, calendar, calculator, a classroom voting app, and a screen recording app. From here, you can take images or videos if you have a web camera connected to the board. Down here is where you select the updater to make sure the board has the latest firmware. Or select the Settings app to display the settings menu. But both of these actions may require entering the admin password. While we're here, I'm going to demonstrate some of these operations, starting with the timer app. You can use this as a countdown timer by setting the time and touching the play icon. Or hit play without setting the time, and now it's a stopwatch. And this displays the timer in full screen. Touching this resets the timer. This switches the alarm on or off. If the alarm is on when the timer counts down to 0, it will ring until you turn it off. And then, of course, select X to exit the timer app. The calendar and calculator apps are pretty standard, so let's move into VoteKit. It lets students vote on topics and will tabulate the results. Enter the subject and voting options. Then touch Next Step. You can further customize the vote with a couple of different options. Then select Start Voting. A QR code will appear. Scan with a device to vote. And the board will display how many votes have been cast. Touch End Voting to display the results. From here, you can save the results if you want, or bring it into the whiteboard app. As mentioned, the screen recording app does just that. Touch the camera icon to start recording the screen displayed on the monitor, or minimize it on screen. Let's say I want to record some drawing. I'll use the sidebar to bring up the pen tool in overlay mode. Then I'll stop the recording and save it to a connected device. Now close out the recording app. To play a recording on the display, located in File Manager. And select it. Now we can see a playback of the recording. Along this bar, you can pause the recording, back at the home screen, 2 arrows appear when you touch the screen, one on each side. Touch to view the sidebar. Here you have your back button and home button for easy navigation. You can also display a preview of other apps running. You can touch each preview to quickly switch the display to that app. Swipe up on the preview to close the application. Touch and hold the bin icon to close all applications. As previously demonstrated, you can launch the overlay board from here for quick annotations. I'll close that for now. At the bottom, you can display the input menu. Just like on the home screen, the connected inputs light up, while the disconnected ones appear grayed out. You can switch to other inputs from here by selecting them. Last on the sidebar is the control panel, with shortcut tools for various operations. You can mute and unmute audio coming from the display. The screen capture button lets you screenshot part of the display, or the full screen. You can also bring the image into the whiteboard. The freeze button is a nice feature that displays a still image on the display. So if you're teaching and connected to the board through USB-C or wireless casting with EShare, you can work off to the side without students seeing what's happening, then quickly resume the display and continue the lesson. I'll demonstrate with a video quickly. Notice the icon. Now the screen is frozen, but if I unfreeze, you'll see the board was still playing through the video file stored on it. Another use case would be freezing a video to make annotations with the overlay board. The Spotlight tool hides most of the screen, displaying only the section within the spotlight, which is also adjustable. These next options control the brightness of the display, setting the screen brightness to 25 or dimming when touched. You can switch the blue light filter on or off, turn the display backlight off completely so the board only outputs sound, or just lock the screen. For this to work, you need to set the unlock method under security in the system settings. I like pattern unlock, but you can configure it to password unlock as well. And last are shortcuts to turn off the board, restart it in application mode, and turning off an expansion slot device if you have one connected. Moving down the control panel are display options for the sidebar, either by tapping the screen or swiping left or right. Then, like on the home screen, you can adjust volume, brightness, and access any apps loaded onto the board. Now to finish up the home screen, again you can use these sliders to adjust the board's volume and brightness. In the center here is your system settings. This may require an admin password to access. Here you can access and modify the setup options, along with the network, general, device, input, and system settings as you see fit. My preferred method to navigate the board is the compass because you can use its shortcuts on any input mode to go back to the previous screen. You can also display the settings menu, use screen capture, bring up the overlay board to make quick annotations, and display recently used apps. The last option returns you to the home screen from any input, but I'm already on the home screen, so we'll stick here. If it's not already on the home screen, or if you're on a different side of the board, you can press and hold with 5 fingers to make the compass appear. You can further customize how the compass works and the shortcuts it displays in the general section of the system settings. Thank you for watching this overview video on the AQUOS BOARD PN-LC series of smart interactive displays. If you have further questions, please see the product manual or contact your Sharp representative. Thank you for watching.